Hi viewers, welcome to Gen Recapper. Today, we're diving into the fiery world of dragons as we recap the epic adventure of Reign of Fire. In the early 21st century, a 12-year-old named Quinn Abercrombie goes to his mom's workplace in London, where she's working on building the subway. He's got some tough news. His scholarship application got rejected. Right then, a worker comes running to tell them about a cave that's been found. Quinn heads over, and while everyone else checks it out, he decides to explore the cave. Things take a scary turn when flames suddenly burst from the ground, revealing a terrifying creature that spits at him and hits his eyes. He rushes back to warn his mom, and they make a run for it, with flames on their heels. In an elevator cage, a dragon bursts out, crushing his mom but sparing Quinn. Fast forward, and dragons have taken over the world. It turns out they've been around for a long time, even wiping out the dinosaurs before going into hibernation. Humans tried to fight them, even using nuclear weapons, but it only made things worse. By 2020, the world is in ruins, and the few survivors are living a medieval-like life. Quinn is now a grown-up and leads a small group of survivors in England. They're holed up in a small castle in Northumberland, trying to avoid dragon attacks. But the dragons keep coming, and the human population keeps shrinking. One day, Quinn's assistant reports that a guy named Eddie and his kids plan to go look for food. Quinn thinks it's a bad idea, with dragons around and the harvest not ready, but Eddie is determined. Quinn stops him from leaving and takes away the vehicle keys. That evening, Quinn and his friend Creedy put on a show for the kids, sharing old legends. They all pray, with the kids repeating what to do if they see a dragon. Everyone goes to bed, not knowing that Eddie and his crew have gone on their dangerous expedition. They end up in trouble, with dragons attacking. Quinn's group comes to their rescue in a fire truck, managing to fend off the dragon with water. They lose some of their own, but they save Eddie and the kids. Later, they intercept radio chatter from unknown people, possibly marauders. Quinn gathers a group of armed survivors to check it out. As they head out, they encounter a group with US Army vehicles and a man named Van Zaan who wants shelter for his group. Van Zaan explains that they've been successfully hunting and killing dragons. He has a dragon tooth as proof. They allow Van Zaan's group to stay, and they all start working together. Meanwhile, a real helicopter shows up, something they haven't seen in years. Alex, a girl pilot, reports no dragons nearby, and they can take a break. She and her companions, called Archangels, have a short lifespan after jumping from the helicopter, and they use nets to fight dragons. Quinn introduces Alex to Jared, a young boy he found in a village years ago. Everyone's getting along, and they're starting to feel hopeful. But then, there's a dragon approaching. Van Zaan gets ready for battle, and Alex takes to the sky in the helicopter. They need to set up beacons, so a guy on a motorcycle is sent to do it. Unfortunately, he doesn't make it in time. Quinn sees this and races on a horse into the mountains, just as the dragon gets dangerously close to the helicopter. The Archangels jump out, and the fight begins. Quinn activates the last beacon just in time. Van Zaan asks Quinn to act as bait for the dragon, and he agrees. He lures the dragon toward a weapon, and with a well-placed shot, they bring the dragon down. The danger is over. Later in the evening, people are happy about this victory. However, Van Zaan's arrival makes them sad. He reminds them not to celebrate too soon, especially since he lost his people, and they need a proper burial. He talks to Quinn about Alex, who remembers the names of all the fallen to honor them properly. Van Zaan admits he needs more people and hopes to recruit some from Quinn's team. Alex explains that their chemist figured out that dragon fire is like napalm. She also mentions that all dragons are female and they reproduce from a single male, probably in London. Killing that male could end their population. Quinn thinks going to London is unrealistic because dragons have excellent memories and can find and attack survivors. He refuses to risk his people's lives, having seen the first dragon in the tunnel, where his mother died, and knows how powerful they are. Meanwhile, the radio operator reports that Van Zaan is not following orders and is trying to convince Quinn's people to join him. Quinn rushes to the platform where Van Zaan is urging men to take up arms and resist the dragons. Some volunteers step forward, but Van Zaan forcibly takes the strongest ones. Quinn confronts Van Zaan, leading to a fight that Alex breaks up. She leaves Iodine with Quinn and goes with her commander. Quinn tends to his wound and sees Jared packing his things. Jared wants to become an Archangel, which surprises Quinn, who hoped Jared would be their community's leader. Van Zun's team heads for London, while Quinn goes to get firewood to burn the dragon carcass. Jared joins him, choosing to listen to the man who saved his life. At night, Quinn re-examines the dragon and finds an egg, confirming Van Zun's words. At the same time, Van Zun's group reaches the outskirts of London and is attacked by a massive dragon. The dragon kills most of the military group, leaving Alex in shock. The dragon then heads towards Quinn's fortress. Quinn orders the children to hide in a shelter with fire suppression systems. They manage to evacuate almost everyone when the dragon releases a powerful blast. Creedy, who closes the metal doors behind Quinn, perishes in the flames. To calm the frightened children, Quinn recalls their constant prayer for salvation from dragons. Later, Quinn hears banging and rushes to the door, hoping Creedy survived, but he finds Van Zun and Alex. Van Zun gathers all remaining weapons because Quinn now insists on destroying the dragon. They plan to reach London at twilight using a helicopter. Van Zun leaves Jared in charge as the trio takes off. When they arrive, they find a horrifying sight. Dragons are devouring each other, and it seems they're hungry. Quinn suggests approaching their lair through underground tunnels, clearing the passages ahead with gunfire. Van Zun gives Quinn special bolts to kill a dragon. They need to wait for the dragon to breathe fire to target its vulnerable chest. The problem is that these bolts only work at close range and often result in the shooter's death. The group emerges from the tunnels and plans to take down a male dragon. Van Zun climbs a chimney, and Alex lures the dragon away while Quinn waits on the ground. They split up to execute the plan. However, Quinn realizes he lost the bolts when he reaches his designated location. Meanwhile, Van Zun climbs the chimney and calls for Alex. She runs, luring the dragon, and Van Zun attacks it with an axe, but doesn't survive. Alex reaches Quinn, who admits he is weaponless, and they take cover in the ruins. They try to avoid the dragon hunting them and dash towards the location of the destroyed trucks. Alex spots a bolt under one of the vehicles, and while Quinn retrieves it, she distracts the dragon. Quinn loads the crossbow, emerges from cover, and shoots the dragon in the mouth, causing it to explode. Alex encourages Quinn, saying that Van Zun believed in him. 3 months pass, and Quinn's group sets up radio towers, reconnecting with the outside world. When Jared reports that the French have contacted them, Quinn smiles and announces that they need him. Alex notes that people are becoming more optimistic. They saw the last dragon a few months ago, and it seems the creatures are gradually dying out, allowing humans to regain control. Filmmakers worldwide are trying to come up with fresh ideas for humanity's end, and this dragon invasion story with its strong cast has left a lasting impression, even though it's nearly forgotten today.